Good morning. It is Thursday, the 18th of July, 2019. The day after I walked up from Zilker Park. We're going to reverse this time. We're going to go from the Ladybird Johnson Wildflower Centre here down to Zilker Park on the Violet Crown Trail. It's going to be another hot one. It is about 13 or 14 minutes after 9 o'clock, and you walk to the end of the road. There's this big heap of asphalt road repair, and this is the trail entrance. Hopefully they'll have an obvious entrance built, because this will be a popular trailhead, and there'll be signage and everything else. Plenty of parking, and then we're off into this natural area. It's very nice. The whole trail yesterday was really great. There's a lot of women who hike the Violet Crown Trail. You know, you want to have bathrooms just again to prevent people going off into the shrubs and maybe having a chance encounter with a rattlesnake or two. Gorgeous day. I'm slathered in sunscreen. Sunscreen, shorts, and an umbrella. All of the necessary equipment for hiking in central Texas in July. The Violet Crown Trail is pretty flat, so you can make good time. As I say, anybody living in Circle C, a great idea just to walk down the Violet Crown Trail to Zilker, spend time at Zilker, maybe go swimming in the pool, and then you can Uber back or Lyft or whatever else is around. Great path. I'll give you a few more updates on the way, especially Sunset Valley. Okay, so just another quick update. There's a fork here. Obviously, if you're going to Zilker, you stick to the left. I'm not sure if this is going to be the way that they take the Violet Crown Trail. There's a couple of small cairns here, so it might be. This looks like a very likely path. It doesn't matter how hot it is outside. You're getting a break from that direct sun, walking through the cedar scrub on a really excellent path. So that's another reason to come out. Don't be afraid, even if it's blazing hot and sunny. You're going to be in shade for most of the trail. This is a fantastic amenity to have in your own backyard. Get you fit out in nature. I'm excited to see how they put the signage in, how they finish it off. Hopefully they'll kind of keep this more natural look. You see it's very windy. Yeah, just a quick observation. There'll be quite a few paths that lead off down the creek. You don't want to cross it until you get here. This is the bridge that the city have built, so you're kind of leaving this nice natural area. You'll want to cross the creek at this bridge. Again, the city has done a beautiful job, and the Hill Country Conservancy too, of putting in this infrastructure here. This is Slaughter Creek, that's south. So you're following along the creek. You don't want to pass it until you actually, or you don't want to cross it until you get to this bridge. Seating areas, maybe they'll put in a water fountain if it's not too expensive. You can always do with more water on the trail. There are trees being planted. You can see one here on my left, and another stand here again. So they're planting trees, just put more in. And you can see the city still here, hard at work on completing the trail. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. This is just a nice, easy gradient. Pretty much all the way through. You just have to watch your ankles in some of the rockier sections. But this, wow, this is perfect. All the way down to Sunset Valley. From here, it's all new. Grabbing plenty of shade on the way down. Sendera Mesa Road. You walk on this side, it's nice and shady. connecting between Slaughter and Davis Lane. We're at the Davis Lane crossing here.
Wait to cross Davis Lane.
Just make sure you use the crossing. And the entrance into the Violet Crown Trail, there's a sort of concrete belloway. Make sure that you use that. You see, and that didn't take too long at all for that to come on. Just make sure everybody stops. And then you take a left and you just follow Davis Lane down to the Deer Park entrance. You see the Deer Park entrance, as I say, you're back on the path. So this is great, just a great hangout again. So there's the path that says you are here. So I mean, all the way through the signage is great. The way markers need to be added, but these information boards are great. There's again another flora and fauna board at the corner here. Appreciate about this section, again, not too many shade trees. You could do with some shade trees along here, but look at the bridges that they put in. These are just excellent, sturdy, well made. So great job, and there's another one just coming up. But this section again, you got Mopac, just a stone's throw away there on the left, but it's very quiet here. You don't really get a lot of traffic noise. And as you can see, these cedars are excellent. They even have reflectors on the cedars for cyclists at night, so you don't go wanging into this one. But this is really pleasant for both hikers and bikers. We crossed Mopac a couple of times. This is the first one heading north. It's still under construction here, and my hope is that in the not too distant future, the city is going to plant an avenue of trees along this side. In fact, along both sides. You know, I mean, it's not like I'm paranoid about sunshine. I mean, I've lived in Texas for, 26 years. And I'm Scottish, so, maybe I'm genetically averse to the sun. But an urban path is much more attractive when you're walking through trees. Make this as much of a green tunnel as possible, because it's not like you have views that you're missing. I mean, you got Mopac here on the right, on the east side now, and you just have sort of development, suburban development. So hopefully the city, as you can see behind me now, plant lots of trees. Okay, this is the third, crossing underneath Mopac. And as I say, you got the map boards here on the right and the signage on the left. You can either cross either direction. Crossing Convict Hill Road, another popular thoroughfare. And careful crossing these roads, because you got more to negotiate in Sunset Valley. And I'm coming up to the William Cannon crossing. On the map, it says to cross on this side of William Cannon. And again, this is probably the busiest intersection on the Violet Crown Trail. So just be patient, take your time crossing here. So again, just be careful on this section. So we're on the south side of William Cannon. Lots of angry drivers. Okay, we're green again, so that didn't take too long at all. You just got to watch about drivers turning right. Sometimes you're not looking for pedestrians. This is where the sidewalk ends. There's a new build here on the right. There is a bit of a path, but this is not This is not the path it should be. I am now walking into what would be considered private property. And it's nicely landscaped for whoever is going to be officing in these new buildings. The GPS says Ben Garza Lane, which I'm on right now, cuts all the way through to Brody. My hope is that the city would connect in some ways to the Indian Grass Prairie Preserve, some combination of those words, and make it more of a kind of a nature trail rather than walking on the sidewalk. And it's just down there. That's where I was yesterday. Walked under Mopac under there, but where the radio mast is, that's where the trail goes in the preserve. So whether or not in this section they're going to use that and connect it up to here, I would say that's the preference. Cutting down on as much concrete walking as you can. As I say, this is not my preference. It's obviously direct connection, but it's just unsheltered concrete walking. Alright, so off of Brody, there's this short entrance here. This is the way into, and there's a sign here so I'll get the name right, Indian Grass Prairie Preserve. Alright, here we go. It's already a natural habitat. You just walk in here. This is the access road to the radio mast. But it's a nice nature trail for about half a mile. I'm not gonna go all the way in. You pass the radio mast and it becomes a narrower nature trail, and then it goes all the way out to close to the Ben Garza Lane. So it would just be a short connection between here, going through this way, and Ben Garza Lane. There's the way over. As you can tell, we're definitely back on Brody. So a short hop down to the 290 trailhead now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, okay, that's something you gotta watch. These intersections, people do not think about pedestrian crossings. So that was a case in point right there. That lady was streaming right towards me. You've got to be vigilant. When the walk sign goes, you have still got to look around, because people like that, you just can't assume, you just can't put your head down and just walk out. Lots of people are in a hurry. I just took my motorcycle basic safety course, and in many ways when you're a hiker in an urban environment, you have to think like a motorcyclist on the road. It's not just a question of, you know, looking in your mirror, signaling and moving out. You've got to check your blind spots, you've got to turn your head. So when you're crossing an intersection just like that one, check behind you, check what's happening in front of you, and don't just assume that people are going to see you crossing. This is the last crossing. There's specks over there. Here is what I hope the city will do, based on my admittedly limited experience just now. On the crossings where the Violet Crown Trail is going to cross the various intersections through Sunset Valley, they will put up some warning signs to car drivers, something to the effect of look out for pedestrians. Because I say in Sunset Valley, and I know from personal experience, you're just sort of dashing to some place Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever for whatever item you can't find on Amazon. And you're not looking for pedestrians at all. Just as that lady in the Toyota who just about careened into me on Home Depot Boulevard. City of Austin, lots of protection for hikers there. That's what's needed. This has been a very nice walk, only spoiled slightly by Sunset Valley. But once the signage is up and know where you're going, it'll be fine. Now we're going to just walk through the green belt, which is the fun part. Took quite a bit less time than yesterday, so 3 3/4 hours today versus 5 1/4 yesterday. The hour and a half difference again. More confident, not really hanging around taking as much video or photographs. This is a great trail. Come on down. As I say, a short walk across here, you're at the swimming pool. You can buy something to eat, get a cold drink to end your trail, Violet Crown Trail, and it's a good day out, good day for the weekend. Even although it's again humid, it's hot, it's Austin, you know, it's great to get out. And to me, I think I've changed the ratio. I hardly use the umbrella, that was just an experiment. I would say 80-20, 80% in shade, 20% exposed. Violet Crown Trail, awesome. Hill Country Conservancy, great job. Austin Parks, Recreation, Wildlife, whoever it is, Public Works, also great job.